Hi guys, today we're going to talk about clouds for our mini science lesson. There are three main types of clouds that we need to know. When you combine them together, you can create other types of clouds, but these are the three that every cloud is based off of. We have stratus, cirrus, and cumulus. Now I know if you haven't heard of them, you've at least seen them in the sky. But let's take some notes on stratus clouds first. Stratus derives from the word layered in Latin. Layered as in the sheets that lay on your bed. These clouds can turn dark and indicate rain. So we'll put when dark equals rain. Additionally, these clouds sit low in the atmosphere, so they're called low clouds. They're the closest clouds to us at about a 6,000 foot altitude. So we'll add that to our notes. All right, let's move on to cirrus clouds. Cirrus in Latin derives from curl. So these are wispy clouds in the sky. These are also high clouds. They sit at about 20,000 feet altitude. So we'll add those facts to our notes. When you see cirrus clouds, they usually contain ice crystals. So they're so far up in our atmosphere that they happen to have more frozen water in them than not. When you see these types of clouds, ironically, since they have ice crystals within them, they do indicate good weather. So it's usually a hot day, you'll look up, and now you can think that 20,000 feet above you are cirrus clouds, but it's probably a hot day. Also, these clouds can travel up to 100 miles per hour. Now we can abbreviate miles per hour with MPH, miles per hour. All right. Cumulus clouds are the big fluffy clouds, as cumulus derives from a Latin word that means heap. They tend to look like a bunch of mashed potatoes packed on one another. These cover several altitudes. These clouds can be as low as 6,000 and as high as 20,000 feet. So we'll put those facts in our notes. 6,000 feet dash all the way up to 20,000 feet. And we know we can abbreviate feet with the FT. Usually these clouds also mean good weather. Have you ever heard of the term partly cloudy or partly sunny? These clouds accompany the sun on those warm summer days. So we'll make note that usually these clouds mean good weather. Now, if you're like me, you probably are wondering, how do clouds float? Well, clouds are made of water, and when you think of water, you probably think, if I dump some water on the ground, it would go right down because gravity would pull it. However, the particles of water are so spread thin that it allows the water to stay suspended in the air. Also, it's very vital for there to be warm air rising below the clouds to keep that water up. Rain happens and clouds form when the cold air begins to rise instead of warm air. So cold air starts to form the clouds. So two key factors help clouds float. The water is spread thin, and warm air is rising from the ground. Now, if you're like me though, you also like to point out interesting facts that you find when you're researching something. Some interesting facts that I found are that cumulus clouds can weigh up to 100 tons. Now that is a lot of weight in one cloud that's suspending above us. Also, I thought it was really interesting that there are more planets than just Earth that have clouds in their atmosphere. Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn are 3 other planets that also have clouds above them, or above their surfaces. Now, we reviewed today for our mini science lesson the 3 types of clouds that are key to defining clouds. Stratus are thin layered sheets that are low to the ground. Cirrus, the wisps you see high up in the air. And cumulus, the big fluffy cotton candy clouds.